Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan from the Howard Hospitality Group. Welcome to another weekly Vending Live. Joining me tonight, I got Matt from Galaxy Games 843.
What's up, guys?
As it says on his shirt. David. Yeah, there you go. David has left his new claw room that he's working on, and he's on his way home. So he will be joining us shortly, and then you'll have all three of us in your face for another Wednesday night live stream. Welcome, everybody. Looks like there's a lot of people already in the comments.
Heck yeah.
I didn't get a chance to post. Usually I do like a Facebook notification that we're going, today is the day and all that stuff, and I didn't even get a chance to do that. So I don't know if we want to post something in the Discord and then maybe on Facebook. I can't do it with all my stuff running right now, or my computer will completely crash. But
the Discord should automatically notify in the YouTube
good. Oh yeah, everybody's popping in now. I see them now. Okay, good. So, and we already got our first, we already got a super chat already from Waco's Car Wash Channels.
Waco.
Hey, it can't be a Wednesday night without that guy. So let's pop that in real quick.
Kicking it off right off the bat. Waco's Car Wash Channel, Elevators and More, with a first super chat of the night. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. It says, last Saturday I went to Buc-ee's and 3 car washes. I drove a Kia Soul with a 12.7 gallon gas tank. Interesting. Again, you must have the cleanest car ever.
Seriously. It sounds like he has a bunch of different cars. So as long as your sister doesn't drive, right? That's
right.
Anyways, for those of you who have been watching our live streams, we know what we're talking about. But yeah, hello everybody. Welcome to another weekly Vending Live. We got a lot of stuff going on. We're we're like 3.5 weeks, not even 3 weeks away from MBVA.
What are you talking about? Quit putting extra time on it. 2 weeks from today, we give away the machines.
No.
2 weeks. That means in a week and a half, we actually go to Vegas.
Man, can you believe it? That is crazy. So I've actually got to add an extra day. So I felt really stupid because we booked Sunday through Wednesday, leaving Wednesday night late. And then I got a message from Jen Van, and she's like, so you want to help with the drawing on Thursday? And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. We do the drawing on Thursday. So I have to add an extra day. Natalie changed our flights. We're staying till Thursday evening now because we do all the MBVA drawings for those of you who buy tickets, which we're going to talk about, because in my hand from Rick's Vending, he sent me with 95 stamps on it. It's so funny. He sent me a bunch more tickets. So tonight, I'm going to say it now, and I'm going to say it every 15 minutes tonight. I got to sell these tickets, you guys. So these are your way to win stuff at MBVA in the MBVA booth. But the most important thing about it is it goes to the scholarship fund for MBVA to give a scholarship to a student going into college this year. So make sure you please... if you want to donate, all you need to do is just email me. I think that's the easiest way. Or you can Venmo me the money and say how many tickets you want. They're $5 a piece. I got to pull them out because where's those other ones? I have these other ones that Anime Frank bought the whole batch. So I had to get a bunch more. And Rick sent me a bunch more. And he's like, man, if you can help out the cause, that'd be great. And so these are the tickets. Let's see if I can put this there. So they're $5 a piece. They're for the scholarship raffle, and the grand prize is actually $2,024, which is awesome. Right. And then
that's like a whole machine. It's a whole. Yeah, it's like a
two
whole
machines.
Well, it depends on which machine, obviously.
Right, so, true.
But if I won $2,000 right now, I would probably buy another quick play key catcher machine.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's a pretty sweet machine. And or you can get almost two minis for that price, roughly, because they're actually on sale right now. So you can get a couple minis for that, the basic ones, and then add whatever you want to it. But man, and then make yourself, a couple $100 a week. You can't beat it, at the minimum. So please Venmo me and tell me how many tickets you want. I've got I think there's over 100 in this packet, he said. So I got to sell 100 tickets tonight. So I need your guys' help. I'll open them up here in the live stream, and he said it's like 100. So please help me sell these, because I've got to sell them at the thing. It goes to an awesome cause. Those of you, even if you're not going to MBVA this year, please help out doing the scholarship for them.
So
great cause. So
let's tell them kind of how the drawing part works.
Sure.
So because I think in order for them to want to buy tickets, they're going to really want to understand how it works.
Yeah.
So last year was my first year attending the MBVA, and I bought some tickets while I was there. And basically, it's almost like a what do they call this? A Chinese auction or Chinese raffle or whatever, where there's different prizes and there's different like containers, fish bowls, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Where you buy however many tickets you want and you write your name on them and you put them in, whatever prize you want to win. And then at the end, they draw those prizes. Now, obviously, there's a lot of you out there that aren't going to be at NBVA. So how does that work, Jonathan? Do they get a phone call? Do they get a text? Do they get the prizes shipped to them if they win? How does that work?
Well, I have to work the booth, so I'm going to be there anyway. So what I'm going to do is, like Anime Frank, Dallas, who I just put up on the screen there, he bought 10 tickets today, so I got 90 left. Actually, I forgot about that.
Nice,
so I got 90 left, and I can do even more. I mean, I can get a lot more of these if it needs to happen. But
they're unlimited, guys. As many as you want. Yeah,
as many as you want, and please, because I mean, I can get tons of tickets, and so basically, I'm going to fill them out for you guys, and then take them to MBVA. To the conference, and then I'm gonna call you guys on the phone, either FaceTime or call you on the phone and say, here's the tubs. Like, you got 10 tickets, where do you want me to drop them? And I will take the ones I filled out for you guys, and I'll drop them in those buckets. And then we'll do the drawing. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday is when they do all the drawings. So I'll let you know if you won. If you won, you don't have to be there to win. They ship it to you. So, I mean, it's a great cause, and it's easy, and I'll take care of it for you, I promise. So I'll be there. We'll be living there for 4 or 5 days, and I will definitely let you know what there is. And I'll even, to be honest, I'll probably do it in the very beginning. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Anime Frank's comment because he's asking, should I buy the rest of the tickets? Yeah, man. You buy them.
Buy them, please. So we got 90. What's 90 times 5? Where's David? $450? So, if you got $450, buy them, please, because then I'll get more, and I can get a ton of these, and I would love everybody to buy 10 apiece, and we'll just rock it this year, because this is what we're trying to do. For those of you who don't know, there's a whole thing going on where we feel like there's a big shift going on in the MBVA. A lot of new blood in this industry, a lot of really cool people, and we're going to talk about that tonight too, because we really have somebody that we want to be president this year, that we want to talk about, who's running, who really deserves it, and we think it's time for change. It's time for a new regime to take over, and I know somebody who's sitting right next to me on the screen is going to be running for the board this year, who needs to be voted for, and we're trying to get back on the board this year, which I think we're still in. I don't think they've kicked us off, but we're on the board. Yeah. David is running for the board this year, so if you can imagine having Jen Vend, who we want to be president, you on the board, we're trying to get Eli and Cody on the board, us on the board. I mean, this is insane. This is the time that the young entrepreneurs of the world, the new vendors, the Discord, this is the time for everybody to get in and do stuff like this, which is support the kids and a great cause. And MBVA, once you guys go, just to see how you went last year and how excited you are this year to go back, that is the feeling that you get from going to MBVA. The seminars are awesome. The people are awesome. It feels very close, very tight, and I think that's why we really want, to have a new feel to this type of organization, because it is about people succeeding and people helping each other, and that's why we've been doing these live streams, which is probably close to almost 70 of them now for us. And that's a lot of time and a lot of effort we put in, because we want all of you to succeed just like we have, and to do well and to do better than us. I mean, we're not even close to some of the people that are out there, that have started, that have even passed us up and have just been.
By far. I mean, I keep seeing all these numbers people are sharing in Discord, and I'm like, wow, I'm not there.
Yeah.
I need to get
and
there.
we've been doing it a lot longer. And like, we thought we were expanding fast and
right.
seeing what, and our kids do it. So it is their business and I help them for sure. But to see what they've accomplished in the short amount of time and to say, you have like, all these new vendors that are in the Discord that are doing really well and helping other people. And I just think it's a great thing that's going on. So, there's a lot of tickets in here. So, Frank, please buy the $450
yeah, buy them all.
that are left in here. And then I will get 100 more and I will fill them all out.
I was going to say.
Either me or I'll help Amelia help me. Sam has a really bad handwriting, so I will not have him fill them out. But Amelia and I or Natalie and I will fill all them out for you. Oh yeah, there's a nice big fat stack. So
oh wow,
it's probably about 100, and I would love to sell all these tonight. And please help us support a great cause. And we do Yao too, which is an awesome cause. But this has been going on a long time, and it's very successful. It's the Irving Korn MBVA Scholarship Fund, and it has been around for a really long time. And I don't know if should I read what says on the ticket because of the kind of the history.
Yeah,
of
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, let's do that.
Let me pull one out. Actually, let me grab one.
While he's doing that, I want to address Brawlicon's comment. He says, Anime Frank, save some for the rest of us. Don't worry, there's enough for everybody, guys.
I can get more.
Plenty. Yes.
Right after the live stream, I got a call from Rick, and he's like, "Man, that was great. Like, that was awesome, and thank Frank for us. And I'm like, this is the people that we're dealing with. This is our supporters and what we got going on." And he's like, "Do you think you can sell some more?" And I said, "Please send them. Like, we would love to help out." And so there's plenty, and there's plenty more. So please, So it says, the Irving Korn NBVA Scholarship Fund. Irving Korn was an extraordinary entrepreneur, creating many different businesses in his lifetime, but bulk vending is what he loved the most. He started a bulk vending business in Los Angeles in the early 60s, selling cashews and candy. He and his son Jerry serviced the routes as a team and built a route to nearly 2,000 machines. Dang. He sold his route in the early 80s, took some time off, and only to return back to vending. And in the 90s, Irving, with the help of Jerry, changed his focus within the vending industry and began selling... Sorry, my microphone got in the way. Began selling vending candy and supplies via e-commerce. Today, CandyMachines.com is a recognized industry leader in the online vending supply market. So this is where this is all started.
I didn't know the history like that. Yes. That's so cool.
Irving claimed his success was due to his philosophy of serving the customer first. He treated every customer like they were his only customer, knowing that it was mutually beneficial for both parties to be successful. He worked in the family business with his son and daughter, Harris, who we all know. Well, you will get to know because Harris will be at MBVA.
Oh, good. I haven't met Harris yet, so that's good.
Okay, so her and Kevin run CandyMachines.com, and it was started by Harris and her husband. Well, her husband and then Harris until his passing in 2014. The scholarship program enables the MBVA to grant financial awards to qualified students who are part of the bulk vending business. She said, "My father recognized the importance of higher education, and he would be honored by his legacy," said Jerry. His belief in the power of knowledge and innovation spirited his entrepreneurial path. Through this scholarship, we carry this forward through new generations now and in the future. So there you go. So that is how CandyMachines.com got started by cool. Irving Korn. It is still going on with Harris and Kevin, and they've taken over and run CandyMachines.com, and that's why they do what they do and why they have the customer service that they have because of Irving. So that is what this scholarship was started for or by, and it goes to a student, which is pretty awesome. So please support this. Super cool. And the cool thing is too is that there's so many people, so many vendors that donate to this, that the prizes are awesome also. So not only is it prizes, but it's also money and different things. So definitely very cool. So please Venmo me. It's Howard Hospitality Group at gmail.com. You can find me in Venmo. Make sure you do it as a friend. Don't do it as a business, because the friend will make it so that it doesn't take out percentages of the donation. So you can also do it if you want to. You can go to yaokids.org and do it through that. And that's okay also because it's done through where they don't take money out of it either. So either way you want to do it, totally up to you. But please let us know and send me a message or email me or Discord message or DM me Discord or whatever, and I will set some aside for you and fill them all out and take them to Vegas with me, and I can get 10 more. So anyways, and I'll bring this up again. So let me get off let me go back up to the comments. Where am I here? So I lost track of where I was.
It's all good. It's all good. So while Jonathan's finding his place, I want to remind you guys out there, make sure you smash that like button, as they say. You know, we want to help other people find the stream. So hit that like button for us, guys.
Very cool, man. So let me go down. I think I saw a super chat, and I want to grab that real quick. And then...
oh, no, another super chat. Who's it from? It's from Waco's Car Wash Channel, Elevators and More, saying yesterday was his 8th anniversary on YouTube. Congratulations, celebrating the YouTube anniversary.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Very cool.
I'm coming up on my 6th year here pretty soon.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
So I think we're only 2.
Or maybe it's 5th year. Maybe it's 5 years.
So let me go down.
Yeah, it is 5 years.
So it
feels like 6 years.
Well, it's not 6:15 for you. Isn't it? What, 9:15 for you?
It is 9:15 for me, yes.
Okay, so should we talk about the giveaway real quick, and then I'll scan the comments?
Okay, let's talk about the giveaway while you're and you can scan the comments.
Let me pop this up. Share screen. Entire screen. There we go. I think I got it. I think so. I think I did it. All right, there we go.
All right, guys, we are now officially 2 weeks away from the giveaway of the free spin machine, the electronic bulk vending machine, and the super mini claw machine, giving them away on March 20th, which is exactly 2 weeks from today, live from Las Vegas, Nevada at the NBVA show in the CandyMachines.com booth, courtesy of CandyMachines.com. Take a look at these amazing machines, guys. It's the free spin, which is the new carousel clip machine where you clip your prizes to the clips there, line it up, drop them to win your prize. You can do all kinds of cool stuff in there. Also, the electronic bulk vending machine is our runner-up prize. I just collected from mine today, and it did very well, guys. Did very well. Yeah. Love that machine. Probably going to end up with another one here pretty soon, too, so we'll see what happens. That's going to be the runner-up prize. The free spin machine is the grand prize. And, of course, Quick Play celebrating 500,000 subscribers. Kicking in that third option, a super mini claw machine, also from CandyMachines.com. All you guys need to do to register to win is fill out a simple form, which you can find on our Discord server. Now, if you're not a part of the Discord, which you probably should be already, but if you're not, you can find all the information down in the description of this video. Scroll on down there, click on that Discord link, join up. In the upper left, there'll be tabs. Find the tab that says giveaway with a little rocket ship beside it. Click on that, and there's your form to fill out. Super simple to do, and like I said, the drawing is 2 weeks from today, so you still got time, but not too much time left. So get in there, guys. Fill out that form. Again, we're giving these machines away 2 weeks from today live. Jonathan's going to broadcast it live when we actually do the drawing from the CandyMachines.com booth. We hope there's no technical issues like there were last year, but I think we're not freshmen anymore. We got this. Yeah. We're going to make it right. We're going to make it good. And like I said, we'll do the drawing live here on YouTube. So make sure you guys are ready to go sometime on March the 20th. Have those bell notifications checked. So that way, when we do go live, you get notified, but it'll also probably notify in the Discord too. But 3 people are going to win machines. The free spin, the electronic bulk vending machine, and the super mini claw machine. So guys, get you registered, get the form filled out, and 3 of you will be lucky winners.
So cool. Thank you, CandyMachines.com.
Yes.
Awesome. Very cool. Always supporting us, always giving us the machines to give away. We appreciate all that. They were huge supporters of Yao. They did our first giveaway for, why is my brain not working? The first giveaway we did for Yao last week, which I'm trying to remember his name now. It feels so bad.
I saw he put a video, a thank you video in the Discord.
Why is my brain not working?
My brain's not working either. Don't worry.
Lucas Miller. Lucas, sorry.
That's right.
Why is I'm old. So Lucas Miller, and we're gonna show his video here in a little bit. I'm gonna pull it up on Discord.
Yes.
For you guys.
Yes.
Congratulations, Lucas, and thank you, CandyMachines.com, who hooked him up with the Super Mini. He was so anxious, like he was so worried that, he was like, he kept messaging me like, I haven't heard from Kevin. I'm like, man, everybody's super busy right now. We're talking 2 weeks away from MBVA, and he does it on his own time, separate from all the stuff they're doing at Candy Machines. So you got to give him a little bit of time, Lucas. Give him a break. And Lucas is like, okay. And then all of a sudden, Kevin gave his mom a call, and everything worked out, and he's got it all set up. So he's all taken care of. He's super excited, and he did a nice little thank you video that he sent me. So very cool. Congratulations, Lucas, and thank you, Candy Machines, for that.
Absolutely.
Very cool. So,
all right. Did you find us some comments to address?
Yeah. Sorry. Let me go back up. So, there was Brawlicon made a comment. Let me go back up here. It's right up here. I want to tell you. So, if you don't have Venmo, then just go to yowkids.org and just do a donation through there, which is totally fine. And we'll transfer that over to the scholarship fund, and we can do it through that, because we do it through givebutter.com is the way that we do our Yow Kids, and so it doesn't take money out. So if you don't have Venmo, totally fine, just do it through there, and that'll work also. So I wanted to cover that. And then Christine, I got your message. She wanted 10 tickets. I got your message. I replied back. So that's 10. Nice. So now we're down to 80, you guys, of what I have tonight. And I'll get more. And we'll just keep doing it every week. But and if we go over, I will get more. Trust me, I'll get more. So please.
Well, we've only got next week. We've only got this week and next week, because the week after we're actually in Vegas, right? We are at the show. Actually, by the Wednesday live stream, who knows how that's going to work out. Remember how it worked out last year? We did it from a hotel hallway, and it was brief, but we made do.
That was a long day too. Like, we were just all tired, and like it was a really long day, because that was our first day of the expo. Yeah, right? And
we still had events after the stream. We had a dinner, and then we had something else. So there was all kinds of stuff.
Like, we were all just kind of like, our heads were just kind of just laying on top of our shoulders, just like
it was so funny though. We're sitting in the hotel hallway doing this live stream. There's people walking by looking at us like, what are these guys doing? We didn't care. It was fun.
So Comp Magic had a question.
Yes,
pull that one up.
Question says, from Comp Magic, has anyone done the spell out a word mixed into the prizes, i.e. eggs or surprise boxes, where they complete a word, they get a huge prize? No, I don't think anyone's ever done that, because I see pros and cons in that. Maybe if you have multiple of the same letters, because I would, like, me as a player, I would be worried if there was only one of each letter, that somebody else would win one letter and I'd win one, and therefore nobody could win.
Right.
So definitely, I think it's a great idea. But if you want to try something like that, you probably want to have multiple of each letters and maybe have a couple prizes. Because you never know how it's going to work out.
Because it's a lot like what Cloud Room's doing, stuff where they basically you gather a certain size of plush, and then you can upgrade to a bigger size and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's the same idea, and it's a really good idea, Comp Magic. And I think that you'd really need to have like a location that would be able to do that for you. So like, if you had a good relationship with, let's say you had an ice cream shop or something, and they were willing to accept the eggs with those letters and stuff, so then they then call you or whatever, or you give them the prizes and they can give them to the people. I think it would totally work. A lot of people have the one-off locations, so that's why like a Claw Room or FEC, that kind of stuff works really good. But when you have the one-off locations, it's a little harder. So if you had a really good relationship with a place, I think it'd be awesome. Like, even if it spelt out the name of the location. So like, if it was, Jerry's ice cream or whatever it was, and they spelled Jerry, then they won, whatever. That kind of thing would be totally awesome. I think it's a great idea. So Like he said, you need to have multiple letters, because people, they'll get the E, and then the other person's like, oh man, I can't find the E. So you got to make sure that, it's like playing horse, with no O. So it doesn't make any sense. So, all right. So Diary of Daniel said, go ahead.
All right, let's put it up on the screen so I can see it.
I did. Maybe you're just a little slow with it.
It's not showing. What? Try taking it down and putting it back up.
Okay, let me try again.
There it goes. All right, Diary of Daniel says, looking forward to meeting you guys at NBVA in Vegas. Very cool. Thank you for all the great and positive encouragement you both share. Oh, thanks, Daniel. Appreciate that. We look forward to meeting you as well.
I'm excited to meet everybody. You know, I'm excited to meet Tinker Toy, or I'm excited to meet a 720 Vending in person.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of people that I'm excited to meet that I've only either messaged or had a phone call or something with, but I haven't actually met them in person. So I'm very excited to meet all of you. I think it's going to be so much fun. So very cool.
It's going to be a blast, guys. No matter what, it's going to be a blast. So, get there if you can, guys, for sure.
Yeah. Here's another one. We should do this again anyways, because it's smart.
All right. Albert Jin official channel says, when you guys say smash that like button or just say like button, it will highlight. Oh, really? I didn't know
what
that.
Now?
Like. Apparently when you say like, the like button highlights. So I like to say like.
Hi.
Hey, look who's here. Whoa. It's the man himself, the busy man. The Kenichi Club.
Sorry about that. I got behind on stuff. Things are not going the way I want.
Turn up your microphone a little bit. You're very low.
Yes.
Do I get closer?
Yes, please. That? Even if it's in the screen, put it closer because I want to hear your voice.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. How about that?
That's
I'm gonna see if let me see if you're down at all. No, you're full volume. I just want you to be loud. You seem kind of distant. I don't know why. I mean, Matt's always like, just that mic, he's booming,
just blaring it in. Yes.
I've also got my into a little more.
I've also got my gain cranked up pretty high for the stream.
So we didn't talk about our weeks, David. Why don't you fill us in on what's going on with Chew and how your car room's going?
Oh, it's a nightmare right now. Well, I don't have my card system yet. So we were supposed to get the delivery today, and then so I had Chris call the company because they weren't showing up, and it was supposed to be out delivery Tuesday, and then it was supposed to be delivered today, and then it didn't get delivered, and then they're like, oh, we don't deliver to residents. I guess we have to switch over to a residential delivery service. But I don't know why it was like that. I've had plenty of trucks. They said that they didn't want to drive in the residential area with their 52-foot truck. And I don't know why they need a 52-foot truck to drop off my system, but I've had plenty of trucks drop off, 60, 70 claw machines in a 52 18-wheel truck trailer. So I don't know.
What's the shipping company?
Is Saia or SAIA or something like that?
Yeah. They're weird, man. Like I've had really good luck with Estes, and what was the other one that delivered? What's the green one? With the green writing.
That's
those two, because we live on a residential street too. Those two have delivered to us no problem. The Saya one or whatever, I had to meet them at actually where my wife works. That was the only place that they would deliver. So they had to deliver to a business. But the other two, I can't remember what the green one's called, but they delivered no problem. So I don't think it's just you. I think it's just they're weird about that kind of stuff. So I get it. Yeah, but so what's going to happen?
Well, they said, I talked to Jack, and Jack said that he got it all fixed and they'll do a delivery by noon. But the problem is I can only work in the mall before hours or after hours. And so I got to go to the mall in the morning, and I need the Kiosoft system like yesterday. So I can't install it and bolt it to the ground and stuff. And that, tomorrow's Thursday, so I won't have the system to be able to bolt down tomorrow morning, and I want to open Friday, so I don't know. I'm just trying. So
yeah,
tired.
You look tired.
I am.
Sorry, man.
I'll bet. I'm sure. Working his tail off over
there. You got the 5 o'clock shadow.
Hey, Nicole.
Like a serious claw room face. Yeah. It's hard, man. It's hard. Starting a business, and we've all done it. We've all started a business, but you're in a whole new venture now where you're talking about leases and, equipment and, card systems. And so this is all new. So, but I mean, you're going to be a pro, in a couple of weeks, you're going to be a pro. So you're going to be like, that sucked. But next time I know what to do. So chalk it up as like a learning experience, and I think you're going to be just fine. I'm so excited for you. I think it's going to be awesome, and it's a great location. It's right where you walk into that major shopping center, so I think it's going to be really good for you. So I don't know, man. I think it's all a drop in the bucket when it comes down to you actually opening up, and the amount of excitement and stuff that's going to happen after that. I think is going to be, you're going to be tired from too much excitement more than too much work, I think.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. So I have my. I don't know if you guys know this and stuff, but I think I talked about it last time. But I finally got the magnet system approved. so I can actually make it where the doors are locked and unlocked with a touch of a button with my smartphone, or just
Nice.
having it on a timer. So it will be completely automatic. And then I got the little switches where it turns on my machines and turn off my machines. So everything should be automatic when I leave and stuff like that. And I want to do improvements as I go. So I'll figure things out as I go. But yeah.
That's exciting. Very cool. So, for those of you who don't know, I mean, David's basically opening up his first claw room, and it's been a process. I mean, this has been going on almost 4 months now that he's been working on this, and he was supposed to be open on March 1st, and that's just kind of how things go, unfortunately. But he is, it's like one thing after another, and machines are supposed to show up, and then a few days later they show up, or now it's card systems, and that's just kind of part of the game. And I've realized after watching you do this that I probably need to give myself an extra 3 or 4 weeks if we decide to do something like this, just because it's a process. So congratulations though, man. I know it'll all be worth it. You're gonna be loving life.
Worth it. Exactly.
Yeah, you're gonna be super excited, and it's a whole new step for you and a whole new it's just really cool. So what did you have going on this past week, Matt?
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, full line vending. I collected from the game store today, so you guys will be seeing that video coming out soon. It was for the month of February's collection, so it's not going to be like a record breaking month, but it was still pretty good, for February. But like today I had to turn the air conditioning back on here, so it's starting to get really hot here. So I had a great day for sales. The laundromat and that top secret location did really well with sales today, so it just keeps getting better and better, and I'm super excited to see, once we get into the hot summer months, really how well some of those spots do.
Just for the longest time, it was bugging me that you wouldn't buy, a mini claw machine and you wouldn't get on the board with that kind of stuff. And now that you have some newer, even medium size or full size claw machines that are new, and some new mini, the new mini that you have, and then you have a electronic bulk machine too. Like, I just so excited that you're like in the now, you know what I mean? Like you got new equipment, and it's just, and it works, and there's no problems, and I just like seeing you smile a lot more. It just makes me happy. You know what I mean? Like, you're not always fixing things, and we're in the process of the same thing. Like, we basically sold a couple of our arcade games, and we're in the process of buying some new ones, just because it sucks. Like, you buy used equipment and it doesn't work, and you really want something that works, and new stuff does pretty well for us, and we don't have a lot of those issues. So for our week, we basically, one of the actually 3 of the locations that they went out and scouted actually got back to us, and we're going to be placing those machines this weekend. So we have 3 new locations for us, which is great. So we're going to be placing those this weekend. And then we trying to think what else happened this week that's been kind of cool. We've been working on Sizzler. And so we've been trying to get. I don't know if there's
is that still a thing?
Well, you know what? Around here it is, and so
okay.
There is some Sizzler locations, and that was kind of exciting for us because the kids love going. They have a great, like, for those of you who don't know, like, kind of Sizzler went downhill for a little while, around here, and then all of a sudden I think it was either bought or taken over by a new management company, and you go into their Sizzler now, and like, their salad bar is phenomenal. Like, it is really good, and they have pasta and meat and the whole salad bar and stuff. So the kids love going there anyways, and we've only been a few times, but they've loved it every time we've gone. And Natalie loves getting big salad bars and stuff. So after COVID, like, you can't really find a salad bar anywhere around here. They're like the only one, and so they basically went in and asked them. And we finally got a hold of the guy that kind of runs all the Sizzlers for that company. And they actually do fundraising and for local nonprofits. So they're actually going to do a fundraising event for Yao. So which is super cool. Nice. So we don't know if we're going to be able to get machines in there. Like, he said that they're very strict about that kind of stuff. But he said we'd love to help out the nonprofit. So we might be doing, like, basically donate a percentage of whatever they make, like, for that day to the nonprofit, which is really cool. So we're going to be working on something like that. So very cool. So that's what we got going on.
That's awesome.
Galaxy Games, question for you.
Yes. It is from Brawlicon. Says, did you figure out the issue with the hot stuff machine yet? Nice toy house claw machine. So yeah, I haven't figured it out yet. Honestly, I just shot that video. Today's video, this afternoon's video, I just shot yesterday. So I haven't really even had time to look at the machine since then. But I am working. I actually just reached out to Gary, who I didn't know, but I learned he designed the coast to coast claw machine PCB, Gary from Pipeline. I didn't know he was the designer of that board, which is really cool to know. So I just sent him a message tonight to maybe pick his brain a little bit and kind of see if he can guide me in what direction I need to work on. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get it figured out. I think it's a board issue, but it could be a wiring issue. And yeah, we did get two other kind of medium-sized claw machines. They're a little bit older. Some might say they're obsolete, but they're perfect for a spot like the flea market arcade. So, but no, I haven't figured it out yet on the hot stuff machine. But I will.
Let's see. Waco has a question for you again, Matt.
How's the key catcher doing? So like I said, I just collected from it literally like 2.5 hours ago. 2.5 hours ago. And it was the most popular machine at the store. It did the most sales out of the bulk machine, the barber cut, and the key catcher. It was the most popular. But you're going to have to wait to see the actual results because it's probably going to be this weekend's video, probably. It's so funny, though, because I've got like all these other videos in the queue that I've shot and I haven't edited or voiceovered or anything like that yet. But I keep coming up with different things I want to do. So it's like some of them just keep getting pushed back. So we'll probably fill those in on like the Vegas trip and stuff like that. We'll pre-make them to automatically post or something like that. But yeah, the game store collection video should be this weekend. So if you want to see the results, make sure you're subscribed.
I'm hoping that I will be able to film us placing a machine this weekend so people can see.
Wow, so I'm sure everyone's dying.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, and I know everybody's wanting a video, but the one I want to film is really cool, and they have like a special spot up front for it, and I think it's going to be really neat. And the store it's very cool to look at in itself. So I think that it'll be a great video just because they're so excited for us to be there. So I think it's just kind of that feel, it'll be, I think that if I get to, I'm going to try to film that and basically stand back and let Amelia do her thing. Cause Sam's going to be out of town. So it's just going to be her setting it up and doing it all herself. So I think it'll be kind of cool to watch that, and we'll watch it.
That reminds me too. There's one other news update. I talked about it in today's video, but I visited the ice cream store this week where we've got the stacker and the hot stuff machine. And in a previous video, we talked about maybe adding some more machines there in that back room. But I talked to the owner this week, and they have some huge news. They're actually moving locations, and they're moving because they're on like the back kind of people walkway of downtown. So they're moving to the front main, right in the middle.
Ooh, nice!
Like where all the big events are. Like you may have seen some of the pictures and videos I've shown of like that's it's the square. Just loaded with people, like
it's beautiful
thousands
down there,
of people. Yeah,
downtown area. Yeah, it is
so
nice.
So they're going to be moving up to the middle, the front, and adding more stuff. It's going to be a bigger space, and they want more machines. So I'm super excited.
Oh, nice.
of the possibilities we're going to have for that once that takes place. So you'll see that probably in the next month or so. We'll start making that transition.
I have the same feeling about this spot that we'll be hopefully filming this weekend is because it is like that. And then every Thursday night they do a farmer's market downtown in that area, and so she said that they're just packed in that place. So I think it's going to be super cool. And then there's the location that they want us to put the little arcade in the back room. So I'm hoping that basically what it is that she just finally sent me the measurements for the back room, and Amelia and I were talking to her on the phone, and Amelia's like, well, can I put a little machine in the front just to see how it does, because we need to order machines. And she goes, it could take a couple months. And she's like, of course, just bring a little one in and we'll put it in the front. She goes, I have a special spot for it. And she's like, okay.
Nice.
And so it was like, she gets to put one in there till we get the other machines, if we do decide to do that room, because new machines are expensive, and it's so we need to make sure that it's kind of worthwhile to put stuff in there, because it sounds great, but who knows how busy they really are. What busy to one person is to another. So yeah, we'll see. But anyways, Elite Claw Amusement wants to know,
What day will you fellas be arriving and or leaving? So I think most of us are arriving on St. Patrick's Day, actually, Sunday the 17th.
17th.
And then most of us will be leaving Thursday. Well, I know like Quick Play's leaving Wednesday night. I'm leaving Thursday.
What time Thursday?
My flight is at 1 o'clock.
Oh, so you're leaving afternoon. Okay.
Yeah. It was supposed to be at like 8 o'clock, but I changed that.
Yeah.
You know, we usually get breakfast. We usually get breakfast on that last day. So
yeah, we do.
I didn't want to deny that. So
yeah,
I changed flights around. So Thursday is my flight out, and I think are you staying the extra day, or are you going?
Yeah, so
Thursday evening?
Because Jen reminded us that there was a drawing, and it's not till 4 on Thursday. So we changed our flight to like 9:20.
Okay, so you're also leaving Thursday. Okay,
yeah, later Thursday night. So we'll probably go to dinner and then take off.
There you go.
So yeah. So David, when are you leaving?
Thursday as well, but I gotta leave in the morning time because I have a drive.
You're driving though, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be driving.
Okay, gotcha.
It's like 5.5 hour drive. It's like what Matt did. Like, how long of a drive was it from where you were?
For IAPA, it was about 5.5 hours. Yeah, with the Orlando traffic, it was a little bit longer.
Lucky.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna drive it. I think.
I have that same T-shirt you're wearing, by the way.
Oh yeah, the Mario one.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. All right. Next comment from Darren says, first time here, excited to start the vending journey, wondering how everyone anchors machines when it is in someone else's shop who might not want their floors or walls damaged. Well, first of all,
you should ask Jonathan that.
First of all, talk to the location owner, see what options they prefer. That's going to be your first thing. Like, we put that Super Mini at the hot dog / Italian ice shop. And they, we originally didn't anchor it at all. And then they said, you know what? Some of the parents aren't watching their kids. There was almost a couple times the kids almost knocked it over. So they were like, what can we do to secure it? I was like, well, what are you going to let me do? Are you going to let me like screw it to the wall? Because I can do that. They're like, yeah, just do that. So that's what we did. But like I said, have those conversations. Some locations might be okay with you actually attaching it to the wall or to the floor. But I know David had some kind of cool techniques if you can't attach it to the walls or the floor. David, you want to share your secrets?
Yeah, and then we'll finish up with John because John's got one cool to share. I can see on his face. So there's a couple things that I do. Depends what kind of mini you have. I can easily just Velcro it, like with some strong Velcro. That way it's not permanent. I seen like what Matt was talking about. You can screw it to the wall. I actually saw a 720 Vending's location. He had a plate that goes on the back of the Super Mini, and they come with the Super Mini, and it has like it's kind of like a picture frame but made out of metal, and you can just like hook it to the like a stud or something like that, and it becomes pretty secured. But I use Velcro if I really can't find anything. I just Velcro it with heavy duty Velcro, and that way they can just peel it off and stuff like that, and it's not like permanent. But I also can tie two machines together is what I've been really doing. But Jonathan here I don't know if he's allowed to talk about it yet. Are you going to talk about it? Is that something you want to keep a secret?
Yeah, so we basically came up with a design of our own, which just got patented and is confirmed. And we, in about I'd say 2 to 3 weeks, probably right after MBVA, we'll be announcing that you guys can purchase them. But we've got a solution to everybody's mini problem of what to do and how to keep it stable and all that. And you guys are going to love it. It's very cool. And I really think that it's inexpensive. It's a great way to make sure your machines, not only it's the fact of like people shaking them, it's also the fact of them tipping over or falling on people and liability and stuff like that. So it's been a huge concern since the minis have come out. And we found a solution, and we designed something that we think is going to be awesome, and we are very excited about it. And hopefully right now a prototype is actually being really created, and once it's finalized, it'll be ready to be sold, and you guys can get them for any mini that you have. So it'll work for the OG minis all the way up to super minis, golden houses, mega minis, anything that you guys have. It's a universal. Yeah, it's a universal solution to all that, and it's awesome, and it's very very minimal, very cool looking, very stable, and I think that it's something that we wanted for a long time, and we had the same issue that everybody else has. And you have uneven floors, you have people that don't want stuff. Yeah, and like luckily, like David, he can have two machines in a location, but not everybody can. And when you have two, you can Velcro them together and they're stable, as a unit. But or they make like double minis and stuff like that. But one unit by itself, like they're very top heavy. They tend to be easily shaken. We had one location that we ended up upgrading to a 24-inch machine because we'd go there and like all of our prizes would be gone, and there'd be no money in there, and we're like, what's the deal? And it was because they were shaking the crap out of it and getting all the stuff to fall into the chute, and I mean probably tipping it over almost to the ground getting the stuff out of it. And there was no cameras or anything in that area. It was in another room off to the side. So this kind of solves all those issues, and then nobody gets hurt, in that. And I mean, everybody has insurance, of course, but it's a great solution. So we really feel like this is going to help out a lot of people, and the cost of it is great. I mean, I think it's right on par for what people can afford to basically make, to solve a major problem and protect themselves, which I think is really cool. So I can't talk too much about it because it just got patented. It's done, but I don't have the prototype. Like actually, we've made our own locally, and it's awesome. But we're actually having it done in China, and actually prototype out there, which they're even better than we are, and they've got some kind of cool additions that they made to it that we think is really cool. So we should have that by probably either the end of this week or next week, and then they're very excited about it too. So it's very cool. So I should have probably by next week have an announcement, and you guys will be able to order them and get them. And I think that everybody's going to be super excited about it. I think
I came up for a name for it. I don't know if Jonathan's going to stick with it. The Howard Hospitality Helping Hand, but only instead of hand, it'll be stand with hand really, really big. The Howard Hospitality Helping Hand stand hand.
Right, handstand.
And so, anyways, I thought it was a cute name. But to kind of recap, this thing will secure the machine, so it'll prevent theft on the machine, and even the machine being stolen. It'll prevent toys being stolen. It's going to make it where the machine is stable, and you don't have to worry about liability as much. So it's like a win-win-win. So the investment is like way worth it. If I had something like this, because when I was starting out, I could only afford one machine per location. Reason why I don't have to worry about this anymore is I can throw two machines all the time. I can throw three machines in a location because I have the funds and the setup for that. But a lot of people starting out don't have that. So this is like I wish this came out years ago. So excited to get that.
I think that it also it adds weight to the bottom. And that's a big issue. So like I know that Rainey has been really good about putting a an actual like false floor on the bottom of her machines recently, so you could actually put like some sort of sand or cement or whatever you want in the bottom. But a lot of people want to do that, and it's a mess and all kinds of stuff. So this solves all of those problems. And I think
I would still have locations today. I've lost locations, not because I got kicked out, but because I chose to leave because there was just too many people shaking my machine, and I didn't want that to happen to my machine. I didn't want to be responsible for that.
I'm trying to remember the guy in the Discord that has the videos of people shaking.
So that's Crypto Claw.
Crypto Claw, that was it. Yeah, and he has those videos because he has the cameras in the machine, and you see people just shaking it like,
I'm always like, that's actually, now that I'm affiliated with Iranian, that's a good affiliation video for me. Like, I can make an ad like that. So sturdy, so reliable, you can shake the crap out of it and it still works. And I'll just show that Crypto Claw. And then it'll also be an ad for you. Get yourself a Howard Hospitality Helping Hand.
Helping handstand. But yeah, I think that it's and it's all about helping people. Like that's why we do this kind of stuff, because we have the same issues, and all of us have found out ways. I mean, like you have people like Matt who's been doing these older claw machines and doing full line vending for so long that they've seen, even 720 vending is another one that's like that have seen all the issues that you could probably have, by this point, and to be able to help people, like, it's just, that's what we love to do. So I think this will be a solution that I think the community can help each other, and it'll be successful. I think it'll be great for people. So, and then hopefully it'll be available. The goals in black and white, so it'll match your machines, and it'll be really cool. So I'm excited. So a new super chat. I just saw that.
New super chat coming in from Waco's Car Wash channel, Elevators and More, for $5. So he's not going to Vegas, but March 17th, same day we're going to the casino. Waco's going to the casino as well, but he's going to the WinStar World Casino.
That
Very
must be
cool.
in Texas, I'm guessing?
I think that Texas or Oklahoma, maybe.
Okay.
Or one of those states around there, I'm sure. Well, thanks for the super chat, Waco.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited because my wife's actually coming, so she'll be there. She's
it's confirmed now?
It is confirmed. So she bought her plane flight, so she'll be coming in, Tuesday morning, and then staying until Wednesday night. So she'll be there for the seminars and to hang out and go to the dinners, the welcome dinner and all that stuff on Tuesday night. So, and see everybody, which is cool. And so yeah, I'm excited about that. And our anniversary is on the 18th. So it'll be good because we can hang out for our anniversary.
Krabby Claw is going to be here too. I got Chris from Krabby Claw convinced.
Nice.
To go?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, he's going to go.
Good.
He's flying.
Good.
So he'll be there too. And then there's a few others that are coming that I talked to. So
We're taking over the NBVA, guys. All of us are coming. So make sure you guys get there.
Yeah, Austin B has a question.
Austin B wants to know, was Sizzler the corporate place you were referring to, HHG, that all vendors could try to get into across the country?
Oh, no. And it's weird because Sizzler's kind of hit or miss depending on where you're at. And there is only little patches of them in certain locations. A lot of them have been closed. It's kind of like, what was that sandwich place that's no longer around that everybody loved, where they did
Quiznos.
Yeah, so they had a few of them like here or there. It's kind of like Quiznos, where like the ones that did really well they kept, but everything else they just disintegrated into nothing.
I miss Quiznos.
I do too.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever had a Quiznos was on my mission. I never even heard of the place, and one of my missionary companions took me there. And I was in love.
It was good, man. I loved Quiznos. And I don't know what they did wrong. Maybe they just got too many locations and they just didn't do well.
I'll tell you what. Quiznos was great, but Firehouse Subs, in my opinion, makes up for it.
We don't
have a Firehouse Sub?
Here.
No?
Oh,
you guys are missing
that must be East Coast.
Firehouse Sub is good. Yeah.
Do we have them?
Yeah. I actually met with one of the owners and talked with them, and he liked me. He liked me a lot. We talked about business and stuff, and he's like, well, corporate won't let me have a claw machine, but he loved talking to me about the business. He thought it was really cool. So,
let's see. Have you heard of this, David?
What?
Ask, Matt,
Damon wants to know, wondering if anyone has used the Ocean plus Truck US economy shipping method with Rainy. Saves about $600 in shipping per unit. Isn't that what we all use?
I guess.
They come over on the boat and then they get trucked the last bit, right?
Yeah. The way I understand it, Damon, there's three shipping ways you can do it. So there's you can do the air freight, which is ridiculously expensive for
money,
toys, and I don't even know if they do it for machines. I know they do it for toys, but you can air freight it, which is like 2 to 3 weeks. Then you have the fast boat, which is probably 30 days, roughly 30 to 35 days, and then you have the slow boat, which is, or the medium, slow medium boat, which is 35 to 40, and then you have the slow boat, so which nobody really uses. So most people use the slow medium to the fast boat, but there is a big significant difference in cost. So I know, David, there was one time I think you used the air freight, right? You needed to get something 2 weeks. And I remember you air freighted. You're like, this is so expensive, but you needed it, so you paid for it. But it's pricey. So, but that is the most expensive. But that's only.
I had air freight before come within 4 or 5 days, which is incredible. And I've I've had a fast boat. This is plush, of course, not machines. I had a plush order, and it was fast boat, and it came in 17 days. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's so quick. How's that even
That is quick.
possible?
So
Like
fast.
they must have just. It was 17 days from my order. I had it in my door. I was like, how's that even possible? What did they put jet fuel in this?
I don't know, man. They must have put like coal and I don't know what on all the in the
Yeah.
boat into type of diesel to make it crazy. Matt, question for you.
Question for me. I still see the ocean plus truck thing.
Oh, I think we're just a little bit slow on the. Let me do it again.
All right, here we go from Jawbone. Says, Matt, did I hear you say the taxi claw machines are good ones? I found one for around $1,200. Would you consider that a good buy? All right, so there's multiple versions of. I'm guessing you're referring to the toy taxi machines, which is like the one I have at the pizza restaurant, big yellow coast to coast claw machine. There's older versions and there's newer versions. In my opinion, $1,200 is on the high end because remember, these are still older machines, and it's kind of the same as the hot stuff claw machine I have, things like that. So they're getting to that age where they're starting to break. Things are happening. As you saw in my video today, I've got a hot stuff that's got multiple issues I need to address. In my opinion, $1,200 would be a little high, but then again, watch my auction videos. You can kind of see what like the going rate for those machines are. A lot of them, that are in nice condition with a dollar bill acceptor, fully working, probably $600 to $800 is probably a more realistic number that you probably want to try to be around. For $1,200, I would personally pass at $1,200. And I would try and get that price lower. But again, I'd really need to see some pictures. If you want to send me some stuff on the Discord, I can take a look at it for sure.
So Jawbone, we bought a toy soldier and a big choice, and they're like from the 80s, right? 80s and 90s, I think, is when these were made, right?
Well, no. I mean, those are still probably maybe late 90s, but like mainly like 2000s, I think.
Okay, so because late 90s.
When you say big choice, there's so many versions of the big choice too. There's the old ones, like the red ones that you used to see at Chuck E. Cheese back in the 80s, but then there's the black ones, which are like the newer style, which are probably from the early 2000s.
So ours were really well taken care of. Like we got really lucky. We got some that were in, like the toy soldier is immaculate, but it's a double one. It's like the big one and has a huge claw on it. And we got really lucky, but like you really need to like inspect them because, we've gotten a few arcade machines that like things have been changed out and you got a bunch of wires that have been cut everywhere and things have been yanked out and changed and stuff. So it really depends on the machine and you really need to inspect it. And then if you can, look online for other ones that are for sale and see if they have images of what the inside should really look like. So when you go to look at it, you know what's missing. Because that's the one thing that we didn't know. And I mean, if without Matt, I probably wouldn't have bought what we did because he told me, he's like, no, those are in good shape. And he said, they look like they're original, which is good. So we got really lucky, but you can have stuff that like at the auctions and stuff without looking at it, like things can be totally trashed or swapped out.
That was kind of like, I talked about this in the video today, that hot stuff machine I bought. I wasn't looking at it as a buy now machine. Like I wasn't looking at it to buy it, but as we were going through the rows and it came to that machine, the price was so low. I'm like, I looked at it and was like, oh, it looks like it's a decent shape. So I threw a bid out and my bid stuck. And then when I got it home and really dug into it, I learned there were more problems than I thought there were.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. That's how the auction goes.
Your stuff. And that's what I mean is that I really feel like for us, we're probably going to be buying new stuff, even though I don't feel like this is be 100% honest. Like when I look at that big choice or I look at a Mario Kart, that we bought used or whatever, like the build quality of those machines is like phenomenal. Like they're built like tanks and they're built to last for 30, 40 years, where the new stuff, they're using particle board, they're using, all this stuff that they're not going to last 20 years or 10 years or sometimes even 5 years, but what you're paying for and what the money you're making on it, you can swap them out every so many years and it's worth it,
Sure.
But like, everything's changing now, and I really feel like the quality of stuff is just not quite the same as what it used to be. But at the same time, do I really love moving a 24-inch Galaxy machine versus a big choice 31-inch, weighs 10,000 pounds machine? Of course, that I can throw that in the back of my car. So it is very, very different, but also there's a lot of benefits to it too. So
totally.
those old machines, man, they're crazy heavy. So, but very cool. I really like the old machines too, and they work. Like they just work forever. Like it's really cool. So, older claw machines are good if you find good ones. LV Vending asked us, how's the diner? The diner is good. I actually went there on, what day was that, David?
Yesterday, you were talking to me.
Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Wow. Yeah, so yesterday I went to the diner. Was it really yesterday? Yeah, I guess it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
And so we have 2 new locations up there plus the diner, and because it's an hour and a half from our house. And so I went to the diner. The diner, we had a Mario Kart in there. We ended up selling the Mario Kart. We're going to be ordering a new racer for that location. The Mario Kart that we had in there, we put a brand new steering belt on it, and it seemed to fix the problem. We had a lot of steering issues with that machine. And then, of course, as you know, like the cameras never worked on those machines. So if it ever got rebooted or like the power went out, it always would go into like see attendant mode. And so unless you know, so I basically, they were very cool there. I give all like those locations a set of keys, and so they can go in there and just, you know, push the button and skip that part for me, which is really cool. They're very nice about that. But otherwise, I'd have to drive an hour and a half just to reset it. So we decided that we're going to order something new for that. And then we have 2 Nicktoons racers that are in there that we have new computers arriving this week, actually any day now, for those. So we'll be hooking those up.
Running finally.
Yeah, so we'll get those running, and we're kind of excited. But that's the kind of stuff you run into. Going back to that question from up there,
all the time. I mean, you're constantly, addressing issues.
It's probably going to cost us like, I'm thinking $600-$700 for these refurbished computers that, you know, just, we already had the computers, but we had to get them refurbished, and it's probably going to be $300 a piece, if not more. I haven't got the bill yet. So you're going to be buying something for $1,200, and then, you know, you're going to have to put another $300 to $400 in there. So basically you're almost, you know, $2,000 for a racer at that point, which you can't buy new ones for that, you know, in the States. But via China and stuff, they do have some knockoff stuff that's pretty close to that price. So something to consider with that too. So anyways.
For sure.
Here's a good question.
All right, next question from Darren. Has anyone customized the wrap to match the interior design of different locations? If so, do I need to ship to someone to do the work? Well, it's funny you asked that because I see that E3 Vending is now here in the comments, right?
Yeah.
So E3 actually does custom wraps. And I know E3 has done the wrap for the Quick Play Key Catcher machine. He did the wrap for the Gamer Quest machine and
Gamer Mini.
What else? The Gamer Mini. So there's been multiple wraps that E3 has done. And I think now you might want to reach out to E3 directly, but I'm pretty sure you can work with E3 to come up with the actual design. And I think, you know, E3 can work with you to get it to a printer and have the printer ship the graphics to you for you to apply yourself. You wouldn't have to ship your machine to E3 or someone like that. But that he's the best in the business. So talk to E3.
And if you're doing Mega Minis, Darren, then they can have it applied right with Rainy.
Sure.
So Rainy can, you know, he just sends the design to them. They'll print it and apply it right on the machine for you. So, or he's got all the dimensions for those machines. Is basically what I'm saying. So, it's an easy do, and we've done it on one of our locations. I can't say which one because we're not allowed to, but one of our locations we actually have it logoed for them. But we had a local shop do it, and it was pretty pricey. So, but you can have it done with Mega Minis through Rainy and E3, which is awesome. He's really good.
E3 makes the Gamer Minis too, and I love those Gamer Minis.
Totally.
So.
Okay, so
I know we've got a couple super chats to address.
Let me go here. Hold on one second.
So I just bought plush just now.
Just now.
Well,
I'm saving my plush buying for the show. I'm going to get those show specials.
Oh yeah. Well, I plan to buy some stuff at the show too. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I wanted the truck.
Who'd you buy from?
Well, you know, from Alibaba.
Alibaba. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, super chat coming in. We've got Waco's Car Wash Channel, Elevators and More with a $5 super chat. Says, are you all ready for baseball season? I know spring training's happening down there in Arizona, isn't it, David?
I don't know. I don't follow baseball.
A lot of the teams go to Arizona for spring training. That's what I do know. Arizona and Florida mainly. But yeah, bring it on. And another super chat, also from Waco's Car Wash Channel, Elevators and More. Another $5 says, do you all remember shopping at Sears?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, my local Sears closed like probably 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, something. It wasn't that long ago.
I remember at the mall that I used to go to, my parents would take us there. JCPenney's, Sears, all that and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's still JCPenney's though. That's good. But
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, before we go on, we need to do two things.
Oh.
So first thing is we need to talk about MBVA.
Yes.
We need to talk about the raffle again because I need
All
to
right.
sell these tickets, people. So I haven't gotten any notifications in my phone, but from one person. So I expect these tickets to be sold by the end of our live broadcast.
So let's do this. So
Okay.
we talked about how it works, but we didn't really talk about the prizes. Now, obviously, we don't have a prize list, but we can kind of give you an idea of what some of the prizes are because last year there was some really great stuff.
Yeah.
I remember, like, depending on what you're into, for the ladies, there were some really nice designer like purses and stuff like that. I think there were, like, I don't remember the names because I'm not into that because I don't remember. But maybe like
You only wear
Louis
fanny
Vuitton or
packs.
something.
You don't do purses, right?
Have you seen those guys that take a fanny pack and they'll wear it across their chest?
Right across their chest.
Like, I don't know. I've never done that either, but I know like there was all kinds of cool stuff. I know there was gift cards. I think there was some watches or something like that. I'm trying to think what else there was. I know there were some monetary prizes.
There was machines. There was candy machines. There was toys, boxes of toys.
Yes, all kinds of vending stuff.
Yeah.
What else was there? Oh, I remember there were boxes of sealed like baseball cards and like stuff that you could put as prizes. Mm-hmm. I remember that one because I was like, ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. There were so many cool things out there. And 720 is asking how much are the tickets? They're $5 a piece. There you go.
$5 a piece.
And of course, the grand prize is $2,024.
And for tonight, I have 80 left or more, but I have 80 I got to sell by the end of the live broadcast tonight. So come on, guys. So don't make Anna McFrank have to buy all the rest because that's not fair to him.
I will be buying some in person in Vegas, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, so definitely. So $2,024 is the grand prize, which is awesome. So you can win $2,000, $5 a ticket. You can email me or Venmo me via our email, howardhospitalitygroup@gmail.com, or you can go to theyoutkids.org and pay on there through Give Butter on the website because it doesn't take money out. Otherwise, the Venmo, if you don't do it as a friend, then they take a percentage out. So make sure you Venmo us as a friend and request to be our friend or whatever, and we can do that too. But yeah, so please order tickets. We're less than 2 weeks away, you said? Is that right?
Well, so the drawing is actually 2 weeks and 1 day away for these prizes.
Yep.
The giveaway drawing is exactly 2 weeks from today. And for us actually going to Vegas, we're at a week and a half till we go.
Man.
So it's literally like 11 days is what it is.
So
it's 11 days. I mean, technically for me, it's going to be 10 days in like 2 hours. So with that said,
so make sure
excited.
You smash the like button first right now before you forget. Make sure you order tickets tonight. Even if you just do one ticket, it doesn't matter. Just do one. Like before you leave the live stream tonight. If we did that, that's 40. It looks like we're 46 people right now, according to my screen. One ticket each. That's 46 of my 80 I need to sell the rest of tonight. So that's over half of what I need to sell. If everybody just buys one, and then make sure you guys you don't understand the seminars that are coming this year. There's some really good seminars. Jen Van's doing a seminar. I want to talk about the board again. Make sure that if you're going, that you're going to get a ballot card as part of being the MBVA, and you get to vote on who's going to be on the board. Make sure you vote for David because he is running. Look at his face. He gets all excited. And then vote for Matt because he's running this year. And vote for us again. I don't know if you have to because I think we're already on it. But if we're not, please vote for us because we'd love to be on the board again. And then you have to vote for Jen Van as president because she will be the best president that you can ever imagine. And she is super helpful, very supportive of all the vendors, and she's very good at what she does. And that's somebody that you want to be basically the face of NBVA, and that I think she'd be amazing. So make sure you vote for her, and because she's running for president, which is very cool.
Yeah,
so
I actually talked to her earlier today because Tinker's Toys and Hobby was asking some questions about attending the seminars and stuff like that. So I thought maybe too we could talk a little bit about that tonight too, like what's required, depending on where you want to go, because I know there was a little bit of confusion in the Discord. So I think tonight would be a good time to kind of set the record straight and talk about, if you want to do this, here's what you need to do. Or if you want to go to this, here's what you need to do. So basically, there's multiple options. There's floor passes for the conference and trade show. And when we say conference and trade show, that's actually in the convention center. It's the, access to the floor where all the machines are. That's not the seminars. That's not the dinners or the breakfast or anything like that. Mm-hmm. If you want to go to the seminars, you actually need to become a member of the NBVA. So that's separate from the conference and trade show. And I think that's where the confusion, because it says conference and trade show, the confusion fell into the fact that people were thinking conference meant that's where the seminars were. And it's not. It's two separate things. So we wanted to talk about that tonight, make sure everyone had a clear understanding of what's required. But a good question that I didn't have the answer to, that I reached out to Jen to get the clarification on, was, so let's say I've got a vending business, and that's, I take my vending business and I join the NBVA with my vending business. Now, both myself and my spouse want to go to the seminars. Do I need to join the NBVA twice? And the answer is no. All you need to do is join once as the business, and you can buy an extra badge for however many people you want to attend. So that's how that works. So if you're going to have multiple people going to the seminars or to the show even, you'll need to, each person will need to have their own badge, which is the lanyard with the tag on it, so to speak. So each person will need one of those. But if you want to go to the seminars, just your organization needs to be a member of the NBVA. So keep that in mind.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about the giveaway again, because it's 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven? It's 8-11. Oh, because you got a different time zone than me.
It's 10-11 if you're asking me.
All right, let's do this. Okay, guys.
Let's do this.
So if you already haven't done so, make sure you join the Discord. In the description is the link to the Discord. It's free to do. Join there, support our Discord channel. In return, you're going to be able to go to a small channel. It has a giveaway. It has a little rocket ship. You click on that. You can sign up for the giveaway for the chance to win this free spin from CanyonMachines.com, and it's being presented by, or I guess it's presented by Canyon Machines. We're showing it off between Howard Hospitality Group, Quick Play, Galaxy Games 843, and myself, Xtreme Vending. So if you get your name drawn, we'll be doing this live on Wednesday's live stream, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after that. We'll be doing this a live stream, and we'll be pulling out a name, and you'll win this free spin, fully loaded, kitted out, and it'll include shipping to your door. And the free spin is the new hot item that people are wanting to get for their amusement machine lineup. And then if you don't win, there's actually a secondary prize. And the secondary prize is an amazing prize. It's a fully kitted out with dollar bill accepted NIAX reader, bulk this vending machine where it has the 2-inch, 3-inch capsule dispenser and the card dispenser. And this is mostly well known on Matt's channel, Galaxy Games 843. I highly recommend watching his gaming collection, his game store collection. He fills that up. And with the Pokeballs getting $1 a piece, he's like always getting empty, and it's just so cool to see him fill it up in the perspective that he shows it in. So a really cool machine. That's a secondary prize. And if that's not enough, Quick Play is celebrating their 500,000 subscribers, that they're added a third machine. It's not on here, but it's a super mini claw machine, kind of like last year. So there are 3 machines up for grabs for the drawing at Wednesday. And that's kind of one of the reasons why we want you guys to go to NBVA so bad, is we're going to be giving this live in front of CanyonMachines.com's booth. And last year was a knockout. And I can only imagine how, like, we had neighbors, the other booths around us, being like, we want to be a part of this. And they really wanted to be a part of this. And they kind of like put us on the spot, made me feel uncomfortable how aggressive they were, honestly. But it was so cool. The vibe of it all was amazing. and it's just so much fun to see the other YouTubers and the followers and the person. Like once you meet everyone, it's like it becomes so real. You're seeing these people who are inspired to do the claw machines. Some of them are new, some of them are successful. There's a couple of people that I talked to. They won't unfortunately be able to make it this year, but last year they were just starting out, and now they're full time doing the claw machine business. They quit their job, so it's really cool to see that, and that's the kind of stuff that you get to see and get inspired to be and stuff. So, anyways, yeah, make sure you guys sign up because 2 weeks away, that's being given away, all those prizes.
Very cool, right?
It's funny that you mentioned about the electronic bulk machine, about filling up the Pokeballs, guys. There was, I think, 7 Pokeballs left in that machine when I serviced it today. So I had to put I put 300 Pokeballs into that machine.
At $1 a piece, right?
At $1 a piece.
Disneyland. That's crazy, dude. Wow. That's awesome.
So remember, though, I don't know if you remember the last video. We were waiting for an order, so we didn't have it all the way full. So, but the machine did really well. It did $20 less than the key catcher machine did. Isn't that crazy? Or maybe it was $30 less. But you'll see the results. It was so close to how well the key catcher did. But I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret that I haven't really talked about too much in the videos. One thing I do to drive sales in that machine is I run promotions inside that machine, which sounds funny, but I've gotten graded Pokemon cards from PA Pokemon Pulls. I think it's here in the chat.
Yep.
And
he's having pancakes or something.
What I do, do I have some examples? I don't have any examples with me, but what I do is somewhere in the columns, I hide a regular, just the same folder I put the cards in. But instead of Pokemon cards inside, there's a V-Star card, like just one of those white cards with the white side and the black side. And I put one of my YouTube cards in there, and I write winner on it, and with instructions.
That's so cool.
And whoever pulls that folder can go to take it to the counter, and they can win. They'll actually win the graded Pokemon card. So I've got a sign on the machine that says, one lucky winner will receive a graded Pokemon card. And so people have been playing buying the Pokemon cards like crazy. So that's one way to run promotions inside the machines, like have a winning card or something like that in there to win a prize. That's
cool.
Drove sales for me.
Nice. I just think it's a different machine. It feels new. It feels exciting. It's got the best of both worlds. You got Pokeballs and Pokemon cards. Yeah. I mean, I just think that those kind of machines are just awesome.
And do you remember CandyMachines.com surprised us with the prototype of that machine at the NBVA show last year?
Yep.
And funny story. So I talked to Kevin on the phone this week.
Oh.
And he told me there might be some surprises this year too. But he wouldn't spill the beans, guys. I tried to get him to tell me, you can tell me. I'm not going to talk about it on the live stream. And I would, if he would have told me not, if he would have told me and told me not to talk about it, I wouldn't have. But he didn't tell me. He didn't give me any info. But I think there's going to be some surprises. Hopefully there'll be some surprises there. So I'm excited to see what's in store. What prototype machines are going to be, or what surprise machines we're going to see from the CandyMachines.com booth.
I actually got an email. Speaking of that, David, remember I talked to you on the phone about that gentleman that he's getting started in vending, and he wanted us to talk about commissions, and he wanted us to talk about percentages and that kind of stuff, and how we factor in, how we pay out our commissions, and how we figure out what to charge for our product. So how we set up our machines, which is that's quite a bit to cover, because you're talking about your margins and your product costs, and then you're talking at the end of it, what you're going to pay in commissions to the locations. And I really wanted you to be here because you are the brains of our operation when it comes to math, and so you can do numbers in your head really fast, and you may have to slow down for people because you calculate things so fast. But to give you kind of an idea of how you need to figure out your machines, is it all starts with your product cost, at least for us. So depending on whether you're buying a licensed product that you're going to be putting in your machine and that's all it is, or if you're going to have a mix of licensed product and very basic fidget poppers and that kind of stuff that you're going to put in your machine, you're going to have an average cost in that machine for your product. And that's, to me, that's where it all begins for what you're going to do in your machine. So that will be, so let's say that each item costs you an average of 50 cents. I'm just going to make it up, or $1. Let's just say $1. It's easier with $1. So let's just say that every one of your products costs you $1. At that point, then you can figure out how many plays or what kind of margin do you want to have on your machine that you want to you can set it to anything that you want. So when you run your margins on your machine, or when you run your ratios on your machine, you're going to choose. So is it going to be a fixed amount or is it going to be a random amount? So that's your first choice. So fixed amount on your machine means that if you set it for 1 in 8, every 8th person is going to win a prize. If you set it random, it means that anyone between 1 and 8 can win a prize. So it could be the 2nd person, it could be the 4th person, it could be the 6th person. It just depends. But it is an average. So the machines do a very good job of keeping it pretty consistent, at least from what I've seen on our machines, the new machines. It is a very good ratio that ours keep, and it's always pretty consistent. I don't know if it's the same with your guys' machines, but on ours, it's pretty balanced. And so what you'll notice is that you need to give it a little bit of time. It's not like every 2 days. It's like, once a month, you can see the average stays pretty consistent on what it pays out. So we run our machines on 1 in 8 for the most part. Except for our bigger machines, we run those large. So we run those more 1 in 11, 1 in 12, sometimes 1 in 15. It depends on what we're putting in there, because we do a lot of licensed stuff now. So we're doing Mario's, licensed Mario's. We're doing, a lot of stuff, Nickelodeon stuff, and some other things that cost us quite a bit of money. You're talking $2 to $3, up to $5 to $10 in our bigger ones per item. So those are pretty pricey, and we're pretty good about putting them, on the outside edges and stuff so they don't get pulled as much. We're pretty smart about it, but we do have some more expensive product in our machines now, because we've gotten to the point where we can afford to buy that stuff. When we got started, we couldn't. I mean, we were buying inexpensive, non-licensed, basically generic stuff from like All-Star Vending, like their generic plush and stuff, but it's very high quality. But the cost is quite a bit lower than what you're going to buy for licensed stuff. So if you're going to go to AA Global or CandyMachines.com or, one of those places, Good Stuff or Fiesta or one of those places and buy licensed stuff, you're going to be, small stuff's going to cost you $2 to $3 versus, something else that's non-licensed. So I feel it starts with that. It starts with the cost of your product. Then at that point, you can choose what margin you want. So if you run it at 1 in 8, David, what's your margin at 1 in 8?
Well, okay, so at 1 in 8 depends on what percent you're paying out. Let's say you're paying out 30%, you're going to be paying out $2.40 plus the dollar on the average, so you're at $3.40, which leaves you at, what is that, $4.60 left over, whatever. So talking about how much money you should make. Like, I personally, if you're paying out 30%, see, Jonathan doesn't pay out percent normally. I find that, okay, you got to remember, winners make players, right? So if you're paying out 30%, that's kind of a higher amount. And I mean, it's up to you. But like this guy right here, this little Mario I've been playing with, let's say you ordered this from 1688. This thing cost me about $1.30, right? So it's a little bit more than $1. So there's an extra 30 cents on cost. If I set it to 1 in 10, all right, so 1 in 10, so I get $10 and I'm paying 30%. I have to pay out $3 for that $10 for this being one, plus the $1.30. So I paid out $4.30. I make about $5.70, so just about $6. I always like to make about $6 a toy, to me, and I think 1 in 10, because you're paying on a higher percent. I think 1 in 10 is a very good payout for that price. Maybe you can do 111, because really $6. I think you should make at least $6 a toy. So keep that in mind for the mini toys, at least, because the bigger toys is a different ratio and stuff like that. But sure. If you're paying 35%, you may just want to go 1 in 12. When I to be honest, my 35% locations are 1 in 12, because the way you can also lower costs for yourself is you get a lot of these good guys, right? And there's similar really good toys that you can get that maybe cost a little bit cheaper than $1.30. Maybe you can get it closer to $1, and then you throw on those LED watches. But at 1 in 12, they should win quite often, and usually my gamer minis are empty after, like, you're talking about lots and lots of toys, like a layer, a layer, and a layer, and then a top layer on top. So there's like 4 layers of toys that are one. I'll come out with like $600, $700, but I'll give out like 80 toys or all together. So you're talking about a really good ratio, because there's always people that are always winning on the very tip top more than they are on the bottom. So it's a little bit better than 1 in 12, but I do say that 1 in 12 at 35% at dollar a play. And
And see, and you're different too. Like we're buying those anything licensed now. We're buying from in the States, so we're buying anything that's Mario, anything that's Nickelodeon, anything that's licensed at all. We're buying directly in the States from the licensed companies. So we're paying $3-4 roughly for those products versus $1. So for us, our ratios, we got to be, we got to make sure we make that money back. So we do a mix of like a Mario, and then we do a lot of generic stuff that we have in our machine, but we do have those good items. And something we kind of learned from GenVen is that we have a good mix of stuff. So it's not just licensed stuff. We have a lot of, like we had it last week. We had the ring pops and stuff. Like we're throwing totally different things in our machine that just kind of make different shapes, different sizes, mystery boxes, things that kind of make things a little bit, mix it up a little bit. So you do see those. So the people that really want like the Marios or whatever, sure, they'll play for them. But there's also a lot of other cool stuff in there too that helps your margins. So you can afford to run those licensed products like we do, but you're not screwing yourself in the process. You know what I mean? Like
right.
you
want to make some money, definitely, and stuff, but you also want to pay out a lot. And there's a lot. I wonder if I've had a video of this. So if you guys recall, in one of my, I don't know if anyone's ever watched it.
I watched it. I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
So I have an OG, and it was like my 3rd episode. It's actually the thumbnail. I wonder if I can download this thumbnail. Actually, can I? Oh yeah, can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
How do I share my screen?
I mean, anything higher than like 30% product cost is probably, you need to be careful at that point, because you need to make sure that you like, and it seems crazy for people to think that you're going to have a 70 margin, but if you're paying commission, you got to count that in too. So that's where we're going next, is that you got to figure out that you got to, not only do you have product costs, but then now you got to pay commission on top of it. So depending on what your commission rate is, which we can talk about that next, so now your margin goes down even more. So you need to make sure that you keep your product costs as low as you possibly can. So all I see is us down there. So there we go.
Okay, I switched it over.
Okay.
So this is actually, I do miss doing this, but look at this setup right here, my OG. This is hardly any toys. Unfortunately, you can't see this, but this was actually when Five Nights at Freddy's, they had a sale on eBay. Someone had a whole bulk of a sellout. And I got those Five Nights at Freddy's for like 75 with Chica, Bonnie, Freddy, Foxy, and stuff. It was amazing. I had Zoom, Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouses. So of course, the little Pikachu heads I got all these little bracelets that had attached. Those were magnetic or snap-on. I call them snap-on.
Yeah.
And you could put these little, it was during Christmas time. You can kind of see this right here. This was a Christmas ornament. This was a Christmas tree. Some of them were actually watches, like full-time watches that you can spit and then snap on there. And then this was really cool. So my dad did storage lockers too. And we would get real jewelry. And so I just threw the real jewelry in there because my dad said, I'll get a few bucks out of it for the silver. Might as well try to go for this. And I remember coming in, I was doing the collection, and just happened to be hearing the story about a little girl won this one right here. She won this real ring, this real sterling silver ring, and they were so happy. They thought it was the greatest win ever. She put $1 in there and won it. It was on payout. And anyways, it was really fun. It was a great collection. So I just want to show you that mix. But,
too cool.
Yeah.
So on to commission. So you've got your product costs, right? So let's say you're at 30% product costs. I would try to be lower if you can. Mix it up really good and find some good deals on a lot of stuff. And then then you got to figure out your commission. And there's an old school thing in vending that we learned, and everybody kind of learns, that a lot of the old school vendors were telling their locations that they were giving them 50% commission. And That's not the truth. So there's a breakdown of what that means. So 50% commission is after it comes down. Well, they say 50%, but that's after what they take out of their costs, including your margin of your toys and any other costs that you have to basically fulfill that location. So whether it's gas, product cost, whatever it may be that you feel that costs you money to be there in that location, they pull that out, then they pay the location. After that's done, it can be anywhere between 10% and 30%, roughly, is the average of what they're actually paying the location. So if you go to a location after the week is over and it's $200 you made in that machine, what you're going to pay them is what's 30% of $200, David?
60.
You're going to pay them $60. So you need to be honest with your locations on if they come to you and they say, oh, well, my last vendor told me they paid me 50%. You need to explain to them what that 50% really means, because that's an old school way of doing things, and that's not the truth. And if you explain that to them, they'll understand. And so let's say, for example, you go to the machine and like, well, we want to see, and you pull the money out. Let's say you have one of those locations that wants to look over your shoulder when you're pulling the money out, which we all hate those locations. But then you can say, okay, well, I just pulled out $200 from the machine. You need to be honest with them of why you only paid them $60. And they need to understand that breakdown. And once you explain it to them, they know business. They're business owners. They understand the cost of doing business. They understand that the product costs money. They understand your time costs money. They understand gas costs money. They understand all these things. So you need to break it down for them and make sure that you're paying them the correct amount of commission, and that make sure that you're doing it right. You know what I mean? So I just saw another super chat come in. We got like 2 or 3 of them, I think, that I need to cover.
There's a few super chats to address, for sure.
For the email I got this week from the new vendor that had that question, hopefully that helps you understand of how you figure out your product costs, what kind of margin you want, and that's totally up to you on what your margin you want. I mean, you can run an 80 margin if you want to. It's totally up to you. But what you pay commission is also up to you, but you need to be honest with your locations on why you're paying them that, so they understand. And so, and like, for example, real quick, off topic, but we share the same location with another vendor in our area. So we have the same vendor, business, and their location does very, very well. And our locations don't. So, but we both explain to the locations that of how the commission works. And when we talk to them, we both been honest with them, like their location that they have is like 4 times what we do. And it's just because of the location. Like our location is not even close to as busy as theirs, but they understand that because they see the numbers in that restaurant. They see that restaurant gets 4 times as many people in the door. So they understand, and we're all honest, and everybody gets along, and it's good. So make sure you're honest, make sure you share that stuff. And yeah, so hopefully that helps. Let me go up here to the super chat.
Let's address those super chats.
Did we do the grilled cheese one?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Let me get that one first.
All right. Next super chat up from Waco's Car Wash Channel, Elevators and More. I should have known. $5 super chat says, what did you all have for dinner? I had grilled cheese. It was Taco Wednesday at the Galaxy House tonight.
Ooh, nice. I had quesadillas because I had to eat. I went golfing today for the first time in like over a year.
Oh, that's why it took you so long to respond.
Yeah. So okay. I apologize, and I had the best time, but I didn't eat all day. I was out there and I didn't eat anything, and so I got home and I'm like, I gotta eat something. She's like, you
had the liquid lunch, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So okay, next one.
Next one up, we've got Dino's Dispensers and Arcade with a $5 super chat says, I just got some new locations, which I saw on Facebook, by the way. Congratulations on those new locations. See profile picture of new GQ.
I love that.
GamerQuest.
Yeah.
GamerQuest. I'm torn between picking up an ice cream shop or a hotel. Any input also high. So I guess it depends. Yeah, I mean, can you get both? I guess it depends on your on your machine, though. Is it going to be for a claw machine or for full line?
Yeah,
because full line does better at hotels, and amusements does better at ice cream shops. So if you're sticking all onto amusement, I would probably say ice cream shop.
Yeah, hotel's kind of tough for amusement because you never really know what you're gonna get in there, and it's.
I mean, maybe if it's like a touristy resort or something like that, you could do like a little game room. I know, like the hotel we stay at in Vegas has a little arcade inside.
Yeah, I did. And David's had a full on arcade. That place is
David's hotel in Florida.
Yeah,
arcade too. So if it's like a destination hotel where there's like tourism and resorts or whatever, then yeah, that might be a good idea. But otherwise, like the hotel that Jonathan and I and Grant and everybody stayed at for IAPA, it had a little game room, but we never saw anyone in it ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Mine people were there. I went in there a few times myself, and I played the pinball machines. They had Walking Dead, I believe, and something other pinball machine. They had Terminator, and they had Cruising Blast, I believe, and then they had like a handful of claw machines. And I mostly played the claw machines, but I did give a couple tries at the pinball and stuff like that.
Nice. All right, I think we got a couple more super chats, right? Next one up from HG Vending with a $10 super chat. There we go. Ooh. Oh, I love this too. He starts it off, "What's up, guys?" And then in parentheses, it says Matt's voice. There you go. I appreciate that. Thanks for doing this each week. Been doing full line for 4 years, dipping my toe into amusements with a mini. I appreciate y'all's borderline OCD. Thanks, fellas.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, HG Vending. Congratulations on trying out the amusement. I think you're quickly going to find it makes you more money for less work.
We got OCD, Type A, Anal, and ADD all rolled into one. That's the four of us together. We love this, and we're super dedicated to our businesses. Totally funny. All right, here we go.
Man.
All right, up next, Damon with a $10 super chat. Man, you guys are generous tonight. Thank you for all the super chats. First order, I'm compelled to buy a fleet of 10 gamer minis from Rainy due to them having the most legit look. Should I get a variety of wraps, any OGs or supers? Sold my other business and I'm all in. Thank you.
Nice.
Wow.
Whoa, congrats.
That's cool. I mean, I think gamer minis are a great wrap on those mega minis. But even without the wrap, the regular mega mini looks pretty awesome too. You can't go wrong.
Because I saw when I went down and saw David, and he had two of them in one of his what's the name of the grill place? The one of those the
native grill wings.
Yeah,
yes.
The native grill, and he had two of them with two different styles next to each other, and in person. Their actual wraps, like the basic Mega Mini wraps, look phenomenal. I mean, they're really cool looking.
You can tell just by looking at the pictures.
And
they turned in February real fast.
Yeah.
Reports. You guys want to know how those two Mega Minis did?
Yeah.
But I think that the Gamer Minis, is instantly recognizable as far as, people see it and they're like, oh, cool, Super Mario, that's got that look to it. But I really think that those other ones stand out too. I really feel it's the location of where you want to put it and what you're looking to do. So maybe half and half. Maybe do half, gamers and half of a mix of the other ones or whatever. But
there's some really cool wraps out there. You should ask Rainy for the list. I personally am a diehard gamer fan because just how well they've done for me. Like they're my number one machines other than the Game Request. Game Request actually outdid. It's great because I got OGs, I got gamer minis, and I got mega minis, and I got the Game Request, and I know which ones are the best now. It's incredible to see these kind of stats. But it's funny. So the two Mega Minis at my Native Grill and Wings did $1,840 in a month, in the small month of February. So that's what I did, and that's just one Native Grill and Wings, and I got the other ones in here, but I don't know if you guys want to hear those numbers.
So what you're saying is your Native Grill is in Southern California at a certain amusement park.
So I mean, you're talking about $400 a week. It's only 29 days in what's it called, that November, but it's a little bit more complex on Native Grill and Wings on my Nyax because I don't have them pulled up as easy because it's on the MoMA and they're all over the place. I got so many of them on Nyax.
We know. I know what you mean. Yeah, we know. Trust me, we know.
Yeah. Real quick, let me see.
I think the best one did over 2,000 for a month.
That's impossible. All right, another super chat coming in. This one from Waco's Car Wash channel, Elevators and More, with a $5 super chat. Wants to know, do you remember shopping at Toys R Us?
My local Toys R Us, we pre-ordered Zelda 64, got the old cartridges, and went over there. My brother got to stay home from school. I was at school, but we pre-ordered it together, and Zelda kept getting pushed back. It was delayed, and then it finally came out, and I was at that Toys R Us.
I remember, maybe this is weird because I'm old, and I may be totally weird in saying this, but I used to go into Toys R Us as a kid, and like I felt dirty. Like everything was like behind.
I know what
locked,
you mean.
You know what I mean?
What
like,
you mean. Yeah.
Like it was like everything was behind locked boxes.
I mean, well, that's California. That's just that.
Yeah,
that's
but like
Toys
it was the first time in my life where like I went in there and it was like everything felt just like dirty. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like we had a locally owned kind of toy store that was really big when I was growing up. It was called Ernie's Toyland. And like you went in there and everything was just bright and colorful and like they had video games and everything and like everything was out in the open and like it wasn't weird. And then you went to Toys R Us and it was like they felt like they were gonna get robbed at any point. You know what I mean? Like you walked in there, it was just like, what is going on here? You know, like
Toys R Us was in San Francisco.
It's like you got to take the little slip and go up to the counter and like you know what I mean? Like it was really. I felt really weird going into Toys R Us, and it was always like everything was just dirty. Like I don't know how to explain it, but growing up, like I remember that feeling of being in Toys R Us. I'm like, something's not right here. You know, this feels really odd, and I don't know.
I remember that whole slip process. I think that was just a Toys R Us initiative because that was at all the Toys R Us's.
Because Best Buy is like that now. You know what I mean? You go to Best Buy and you want to buy like something, you have to get the slip and go up to the front.
It was it was probably better for inventory management and employees, like not having to go run and unlock.
The same way. Costco has that too with some of their stuff. So. I get it, but it was just like, I don't know, I felt really weird like going into Toys R Us, and it just wasn't like a big toy store. It was like, what is this weird place? Like I always felt awkward.
Now, what year did that close though? I feel like mine here closed in like 2017, 2018, something like that.
Ours was earlier than that. Like ours around here, I think they were, like 2015, 14, somewhere around here. Like around,
I was so sad when they closed because I got so many memories as a kid there. A great memory I have also at Toys R Us is when Pokemon cards first came out, and they had that big bin, like you see them at Walmart where they put their movies for like $1 to $3.
Sure, yeah.
They had one of those bins and they just dumped Pokemon cards in there, and parents and everyone would just be diving in there, and just people grabbing as many packs as they could. And we had this theory, and it always seemed to work for the most part. You take the pack and you kind of feel it. There it is. You weigh it with your hand to see how heavy it is, and then you rub your thumb against to see if it's smooth or not. And that would always get you a holographic. That was the theory. And I kid you not, almost every pack we get doing that would be a holographic. And it was the most incredible Christmas ever. My parents bought packs, and we all got it. Jonathan, my older brother, my younger brother, and me, we all opened them up. And these are legit Toys R Us packs. And each pack had a starter holographic, a Charizard, Blastoise, and Venus. Is it Venusaur? The third one?
Venusaur, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we all got. It was like, how is this even possible? It was like a Christmas miracle. We all ended up with 3 holographic starters, and everyone in the recess would talk about the holographic Charizard. Everyone wanted that, and I had all 3 of them.
My Christmas miracle growing up was the year, it was 1985 or 86. I can't remember what year it was. And I got the Nintendo Entertainment
System. I thought
and I got the one with Rob the Robot and
the good
one. You got that one.
I got the whole thing, and that was the best Christmas I ever had in my entire life. And I mean, because I played that, I mean, like I must have had probably 200 games by the time the life of the NES went away. Like I love that system.
I love
that like nobody else had it like around me, and like Zelda, like they bought me Zelda with the gold cartridge.
With the gold cartridge,
and all that, and like it was a big deal, and like that was the best Christmas because my parents, like it was really cool how they did it, but they basically like we went through all the presents, and I was really sad because I knew it came out that year because I mean you had the Sears catalog that we always looked at, and then you always had the commercials on TV, and so you knew it was coming out.
I remember the Dr. Mario commercial.
Yeah, well, I didn't get it, and I was all upset. In my own brain, I didn't say anything, but I was all upset. And then I don't know how they did it, but I remember there was like bells jingling by the front door. and there was a knock on the front door, and like my dad's like, "Oh, who's that?" And so he goes, "Go check," So I opened the door, and here was this big old present on the front porch, and it was the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was kind of like on A Christmas Story, where the guns kind of sitting behind the tree.
Yes,
it was like that, and it was very special to me, and I love.
awesome.
I mean, that was like my favorite Christmas ever, and so I think that's why like Toys R Us was so weird to me, because I remember going to Ernie's Toyland, and like you went in there and it was like they like if you bought a bike, they built it for you, and like what I mean, it was a different kind of feeling of a toy store and stuff. So anyways, I want to cover one comment before I went on, and then I need to talk about Yao real quick before we go.
Sure.
Austin B keeps popping this question up, and the reason I don't cover the corporate place is because I don't have it done yet. So as soon as I get it together and everything finished, I don't even want to announce anything till I make sure that everybody's gonna hopefully be able to benefit from it. So that's the reason I haven't said what it is, because it may turn into nothing. You know what I mean? Like these corporate locations, you never know. But I am working on something, and I'm hoping everybody in the vending that does all this together, we can all benefit from it, but it could turn into nothing. So I don't want to announce anything because I don't want to,
Here's a good example. Do you remember about a year ago when we had the viewers that it was working on the Aldi deal?
Yeah, and it never panned out.
Well, it never panned out, but at the same time, because there were delays and different things, everybody threw shade at him.
Yeah, remember they were all mad at him.
Oh,
yeah.
It was awful. It was totally awful. I felt so bad for him because he was a legit guy.
And he was working really hard on it.
He was.
And it's like he's trying to help everybody.
And then there were so many problems, so many people were upset, and it just
and that's just wrong.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the problem with it. So I'm not even going to say anything until we actually get a little further along in the process. Like it takes a long time, and it's definitely one of those things where I'm popping up my Discord right now so I can do Lucas's video. But I wanted to talk about Yao, and I was hoping that that we could talk about this, because I really felt like I bought I don't know how many stickers with Yao, and I haven't got a lot of requests for stickers. So to me, if you have any kind of amusement machine or anything at any location, whether it's a sticker machine or a claw machine, you should have one of these stickers on your machine to help out the cause, because it's only $1 per sticker per month. So, I mean, you're talking, if you got 10 machines, that's $10 a month. You could be helping out. And so I've worked, the kids and I and all of us and Matt and David and everybody have worked really hard to kind of grow this nonprofit. And after 6 months, we don't have any more machines. So we basically got to buy machines with funding from the nonprofit. Candy Machines was awesome enough to donate 6 of them to get us started for the first 6 months. But after that, we got to buy the machines for the kids to continue this on. So we need funding and we need help. And I wanted to reach out to you guys and say, hey, if you've got machines, just go on the website and say, I've got 10 machines, I need 10 stickers, here's $10. That's how easy it is. And then once a month, you just send us $10. And it's probably nothing of what you're making anyways, but it helps us out so much, because that's quite a bit of money to be able to go towards a machine to buy for these kids to get them going on their business. So,
but also, I think you're missing one key benefit that maybe a lot of people don't realize, and it's called charity vending. And what that is it's kind of an old school way of getting locations. Yep. And this is one thing a lot of people used to use back in the day. You don't hear it talked about as much anymore, but that's why this is a great opportunity for anyone that wants to try charity vending. Is basically, rather than going into a location and pitching your machines, for your business, you go in and pitch it as raising money for charity, because that's exactly what you'll be doing by putting these machines in these locations. You're wanting to work with them to raise money for charity. And this charity in this case would be the Yao charity or the Yao Foundation. And basically having these stickers on these machines would then, in these locations, making money from those locations would be paying it forward to the Yao charity. So you're not telling a lie. You're not doing anything like that. And, maybe not every dollar you're making is going to this charity, but it is charity vending. And the machines into the locations, it's for a good cause. And that is one thing you can do, or use this as an opportunity to help gain locations. And maybe you don't feel comfortable. Yeah, it's a write-off. And maybe you don't feel comfortable saying, well, I've got a vending business. I just want to put a machine in here. Some people are like, no, thanks, whatever. But if you say something along the lines of, would you be interested in supporting a charity at zero cost to you? Here's, a way you can do so. It's going to be a lot more, likely that they'll say yes in that case to placing your machine there. If it's to help a good cause or for charity, so to speak. So use the Yow stickers as a way to help get locations, and not just you're making a donation for just to support it.
Yeah.
Help everybody, help yourself, and help the charity as well.
And a good example of that is the scissor thing I talked about earlier. Is I have a feeling, and this is just me because I'm a positive thinker like you guys are, that let's say we do this fundraiser for Yow, right? And we don't have a machine and scissor, but all of a sudden their general manager or their corporate person comes, because they probably come for all their nonprofit fundraisers to shake hands and hold babies or whatever they may do. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to be there and they're going to say, so what's this all about? Like, explain it to me. It's like, well, we do this thing, and we, my kids have Amelia and Sam, probably the one talking to them, we have this business and we do it. And like, oh, that's really cool. And like, why don't you have a machine here? And we're like, I don't know. Why don't we have a machine here? So it could turn into something like that too. Like, if you look at it as like, maybe it's another business owner that comes to the fundraiser to have lunch or whatever, and he's like, man, that's really cool. Like, I want one of those machines in my location, or he sees the ad in the paper or whatever. So the nonprofit part of it is not only beneficial to your business, but it's also like, it's a super hype product that you can say, we're giving back. Like, not only are we just here to make money, we're here to give back to other kids too, and get these kids going. And it is very cool. And we're doing a talk at MBVA. The kids are coming. So Amelia and Sam are going to be on at the front of everything, answering questions and talking about kids and vending and Yow. So it's I think it's going to turn into a very positive thing. But I really feel like, of all we're at like 40 something people right now in watching this live stream, and over 300 that watch it or listen to it later on. If you have machines, you should have one of these stickers on your machines, and it's a no-brainer. It's only $1 a sticker, $1 a machine. Help us out. We're just trying to raise money for kids. And here's one right now I want to show you guys. This is Lucas, and he's the one that won last week. And let's see if I can pop him up here.
He was on the live stream too. That was really cool.
Yes, yeah, he was in the chat. It was very cool.
So hopefully you guys can hear this. Let me know if you can't for some reason, okay?
Did you share sound?
I did. So hopefully it works. Let's see.
Hi, my name is Lucas Miller, and I
yes, we can hear it.
From Yow.
Okay.
And I just wanted to give a big thank you to Jonathan, Matt, and David, and Kevin for KennyMachines.com for dealing with me the last week, and for running Yow, Young Entrepreneurs of the World, and this, I know it's gonna make a lot of money, and I got it all for free, so I wanted to give a huge thank you to those people, and I wish the luck to other participants for this month of March, so good luck. Bye.
Oh, that was
how awesome is that?
Cool, right?
He didn't have to make a thank you video, but he did, and that's so awesome. And that's, I'm glad that he was a winner. That's so cool.
And that's what it's about, that. And like, he just did that on his own. And he also made the video on his own, sent his paper, he did it all on his own. I mean, he had his parents' help too, but he's all about this. And and to be able to, at his age, like, send me an email saying like, hey man, I haven't heard from Kevin. Like, what's the deal? Like, in his own little way. But like,
yes.
That's awesome. Like don't.
Lucas, he's gonna go far for sure.
Yeah, don't feel bad, Lucas. Don't feel bad contacting me, because he even said, like, every time he's like, "Hey man, sorry to bother you," like, in his own young language, and I'm like, dude, don't stress. Like, I totally get it. You're excited, and he goes, yeah, no, but I mean, but he followed through. He kept it going. And that's why I think he's going to be successful. And that's the kind of kids we want to see doing this.
Totally.
And it's, already he's on a roll, and I'm real excited for him. So, thank you all those people that because there was 6 kids total, right? I think that were in the last drawing. So now we're down to 5. We're looking for more entries. But very cool. So anyways, that was pretty awesome.
So cool.
We got to talk about the giveaway again. We only have 7 minutes left, guys. Yes. Let me pull this down here. Get rid of this.
7 minutes and 7 days left is what we got. Because we've got next week.
Oh, there it is.
But the week after, we're giving these machines away.
So you guys are lagging.
That's all right. Hold on. It's because I closed.
We're almost there. Yeah, we're almost there.
Yeah. Hold on. There we go. There it is. Okay.
All right. Who's doing it this time?
David.
Okay. So, guys, in the description down below is the Discord link. Make sure you guys join the Discord if you haven't already done so. There's a channel in the Discord where it says giveaway. It has a little rocket ship, easy to find. The Discord is free, just to remind you. You go to that channel, you click on the link, and you can sign up on candymachines.com and sign up for a chance for a giveaway, which we will be doing live in NBVA with Galaxy Games, A43, Howard Hospitality, myself, and Quick Play, and maybe some other YouTubers. Who knows? Last year we had a lot of them. But what was really fun is we just had a great time with the community. But we'll be giving away not 1, not 2, but 3 machines. The first machine, the main machine, is the free spin that you're seeing on the screen right now, the main one in the middle. And that's going to be fully kitted, and it'll be including shipping to your door. It's a new amusement machine to add to your collection. It's something new and unique. The second machine is the capsule/card dispenser, which is fully electronic. So you can hook up a NIX reader and it has a NIX reader and a dollar bill acceptor along with coins. So what's great about that, as inflation hits you harder and harder, you can up the price, because now it has a brain in there. So that's what's really cool about that too. And of course, Matt has shown that many times. We talked about that earlier, just how well it's done. And it sounds like you can even do like promotions if you're smart like Matt. And then third and finally, you can do. There's the Celebrate Quick Play. Quick Play has hit over 500,000 subscribers, and to celebrate, they have added a third machine to the drawing, and it'll be a Super Mini. So you have a few more days, a few more weeks to sign up. So make sure you're a part of that. Get your family, your friends, get everyone involved, because who knows, maybe they'll be the winner, and you'll be able to go over their house and pick up the machine. So, all right. Yep, and then we'll see you guys at the NBVA in person.
Yes.
Okay, everybody. I still have 50 tickets left, and I'm angry.
That's not how you sell tickets, Jonathan.
Oh, sorry. I need to sell these tickets, guys. Come on, help me out. Great cause. NBVA Scholarship Foundation. The Irving Korn Scholarship Fund for the NBVA. I still need to sell 50 tonight, so please message me if it's tonight, tomorrow, whatever it is. We got a week because I'm going to sell more next week. We got to get a bunch sold and help out the foundation. So pretty cool. MVVA is where you need to be in a week and a half. You need to join us. Come hang out with us. We got a lot of stuff going on that week. And a lot of people to meet, a lot of things to cover. Make sure you vote for Jen Ven for president. Make sure you vote for David for the board and Matt for the board, because they need to be on the board, and we need to. And Eli and Cody, if they agree, they haven't agreed to run for the board yet, but we want them on there too, to do like social media, probably with you, Matt. I'm thinking you guys would be a good team. And so I would love to see all of us on the board and see Jen as president. And please send me a message. Seriously, it doesn't have to be tonight. And I know a lot of you watch this the next couple days or the next week, because we usually get almost 400 people watching a week, after the fact. So,
yep. Or if you're listening to the streams on the podcast networks and you want to get some tickets in for NBVA, you can contact Jonathan.
Yeah. Please do. And contact me about anything. And as you know, we're pretty good about answering our messages. Like a lot of people text me during the day. Unless I'm driving or I can't answer, I usually always answer my texts. Discord's a little different story because sometimes I get notifications and sometimes I don't. I don't know why, but I usually check on my Discord at least 4 times a day to make sure I don't have any messages or people to talk to. We did have one question from Christine. She had a question before we go. We got 2 minutes. Let's answer it real quick.
The question is, when do you follow up with a business if they tell you they'll get back to you tomorrow and they never do? Would you wait a days? Would you wait a week? How long do you wait?
So for us, the kids have gotten really good at asking when. So if they tell them, hey, I want to think about it or whatever, they've gotten really good at asking like, well, when can I come back? Like I really think it's a good fit. And, what days are you here? Like when can I check back? And the owners actually really appreciate that. And then they feel like it's a little more serious, when they ask them like what day. So we always ask them before we leave, like when do you want us to come back? Like a week, 2 weeks? Like when do you want us to? Usually at that point too, usually they kind of try to handle objections. Amelia and Sam have gotten really good at asking them why. Like to say, did you have like one thing that Sam asked, which is really nice in his own way, because he's super sweet. Like you guys will all meet Sam in Vegas, but he's like, well, is there something that we didn't, is there a question we can answer for you or something? Or Amelia will say like, she's really good. She goes, well, why? Like she has no problem.
I could see a little more sass coming.
Yeah,
from.
It's kind of like that. And they'll just say, well, I don't have space, and then they'll go into like, well, it's small and it's only this big, and usually we have one in the car, and so they'll say like, hey, we have one in the car. Do you want to see it? And that kind of stuff. Exactly. And so they really kind of gotten good at handling objections. But if they really are gonna say no, they kind of go into commission mode. They've gotten into doing that as of the past 3 or 4 months, where they'll say like, hey, we don't know if you're wondering like maybe what the benefit is to you. The owner usually says yes at that point. So they'll say, well, it's power and, and we don't want to, like, I don't know where I'd put it. And it's like, okay, well, and then Amelia will say it costs $3 a month to run, because it's all LEDs, and the only time it's actually pulling electricity is when you're actually playing the machine. So it's really cheap to run. But if you want to, we can pay for that, the electricity or whatever. If they say, oh well, it's about commission or whatever, or we're wondering what we get out of it, because sometimes they're afraid to ask them, so they'll handle the objections of commission. And usually what she says is, or Sam will say is, at all of our locations, except for a couple, they don't really ask us for commission because we're kids. But, we do pay it at a couple of our locations, and they're corporate, and it's required. So we have to pay commission. But if you want us to, we can, and usually it's, and then
They can only play that card for a couple more years,
Yeah,
that,
I know. But I mean, and as people that are hunting for locations, you can't, older people and stuff, you can't handle that, or you can't use that. But at least you need to ask. You need to ask why, and then ask when. So that's the 2 things that I tell them is ask why and when. When can we come back? When would you like us to check back? And all our information's here, and is there a reason? And so those are the 2 things that we kind of try to do. So I wouldn't go longer than a week or 2, honestly. And then what we've learned too is that when people say no, we go back in a couple months on top of it, because they see them at other locations, or they talk to friends or whatever that have them. And sometimes we land locations that way. So sometimes it's always good to check back a few months later. So
totally.
Hopefully that helps.
All right, guys, we are beyond time, though. I want to thank you all out there for joining us week after week. Next week is our last week prior to the NBVA show, so make sure you join us next week for lots of fun, good conversation, and all that good stuff. Again, don't forget to give the live stream a like. We really do appreciate it, and we'll see you next week, guys.